With the third pick in the 1994 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Grant Hill from Duke University.
To many in the world of basketball, at his size, LeBron James is considered the most gifted, versatile, and overall complete player to ever touch a basketball. But what if I was to tell you that at one point in NBA history, there was a talent so purely skilled, he was LeBron before LeBron? Ladies and gentlemen, meet Grant Hill, the LeBron James of the 90s. And yes, he was a monster. At 6'8" G.HILL could do basically everything with the ball in his hands. He could handle like a guard, pass, facilitate, play make, rebound, initiate the offense, defend, shoot from all three levels of the floor, in the paint, mid-range, and from the three, create off the dribble for himself and for others, was elite in the triple threat and had graceful athleticism. He was fundamentally sound, he was smooth, had finesse, and more importantly, each and every night when he stepped onto the floor, he was an instant triple-double. To simply put it, in his prime, he was a matchup nightmare that teams had to game plan for constantly each and every night and worry about going off. He was that good. Drafted in '94 by the Pistons post their Bad Boys era, he quickly rose to be the franchise player and a superstar in the league, averaging 22, 8, and 6 in his prime. I believe the reason why G.HILL isn't viewed as a top 75 player is that his prime and stardom was stunted due to things that was out of his control. His career was marred with lower extremity injuries, and as his stardom peaked early, it gracefully dropped since he wasn't on the court as much.
In the year of Y2K, Hill would suffer a severe ankle injury towards the end of the regular season that would deteriorate over time as they faced the Miami Heat in the playoffs. That injury would go on to bring him such misery, as during that offseason, he was signed with the Orlando Magic to team up alongside with another great talent that we will also talk about in another future video. But the recovery wasn't going as well as it planned, even to a point where he nearly faced death due to an infection that was caught up because of the injury. The bottom line is, it plagued his years with the Magic, as in his first 3 years with the team, he only played a total of 47 games, which were important years as he was supposed to be able to take that next step forward and cement his legacy as one of the greatest. But Hill was not fazed though. He eventually was able to recover fully and was able to put in a full season in which he was able to gain star status again.
But don't sleep. In his prime, he was building up a resume to be one of the greatest ever to touch the hardwood. A 7-time All-Star, a 5-time All-NBA player, 95 Co-Rookie of the Year alongside one of the 75 greatest players to ever play the game, Jason Kidd, and is the all-time triples-doubles leader in the 90s when it was hard to do. And he did all of this before the age of 28. Leading the league 3 times in that category, by the way. His comeback story is one of the best ever in sports, returning to star form at one point and remaining a solid production player after all he had to go through. At his best, he rivaled the best of the best during that time and was so clean in a class act, the league dubbed him as the successor, the heir apparent to Michael Jordan as the face of the league. He was that talented, he was that good, he was that skilled, he was that dominant. So after hearing all of that, does Grant Hill have a case to be on this top 75 list?